Got here?
Yeah.
Check.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
Boom, Tetris.
A little hot, I think.
You have a great night. You too.
What's it doing?
The gain was turned all the way up. Check. I think we're good for you.
Test. Wait, what's going on? Yeah.
Now there's no music, so we don't have that.
Yeah, there's no music. Let all the crowd sound good. Yeah. We can get some music over there. It'll be fine. Yeah. Imagine if you only heard like half the notes. That's not it. Yeah. It's like some things to mic and all that. So, yeah.
Let me pull it. All right. Mic check. 1, 2. Mic check. Twitch chat, can you guys hear me? Do I sound good? Let's see. Test 1, 2, 3. Test. What's going on?
We gotta switch the cameras. Probably adjust them when people sit down.
Trying to see. This is that one.
Oh, shoot. Live here.
Yeah, we're live. Everything sounds good, Twitch chat. You guys can hear me fine. Not too loud, not too quiet. Can you hear me fine? It's good. Working on a new setup. All right, can Sidnev and Andy come up to the main stage and start warming up, please? Sidnev and Andy. Yeah. So, wait, what? Say that again, the last part? But before we get started, we have a special performance from Sergio and the Holograms. Come on, give them a round of applause, everybody.
Fix it really quick. It's off.
Okay, all good.
You're facing up the body in this area. Like that. No pixel off. What they were doing.
Y'all ready for your seat? No, when you're ready for your seat, let me know. Five, 8. Echo 6. Delta 4. Ready's on Jim when y'all are ready. Get things started. Okay. Yep. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time for your Heart of Texas Regional Finals. On the left side, we have Andy, and on the right side, we have Sidnev. So let's go ahead and count them down all together. Come on, we're going to start from 5. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris! And there we go. Sidnev getting through Dog and a decider to make it here. All the way from the Netherlands, first seed, going up against Andy, who last year made it into the semifinals and is now in the finalist position. Since Dog won last year, we are going to see a new champion for this regional. The question is, will the champion be in-state or out of state? Well, we're going to find out. Start things off so far. Looks like we are having a couple of complications arise for both players. Nothing too serious, as they both got a couple of Tetrises on the board. Sidnev having to take a couple more burns than Andy at that particular moment. Andy holding out for, looks like an L. Fortunately, L piece does not come. Sidnev, on the other hand, is set up. There's Sidnev now. Tetris ready. Knocks down Tetris 99,000 for Sidnev, 58,000 for Andy. Andy rocking a column 8. Gonna be falling behind Sidnev here in the early game. You know, that was one thing that Sidnev did very strongly up against Dog in the previous match, was be able to transition with these consistently higher scores. But we'll see how this one plays out. Both players continue to score Tetrises here in the early game. Very solid openers. Sidnev looking once again to have a pretty good 40 line opener. Nice adjustment right there. Just waiting on the long bar now. There it is, Tetris for Sidnev. And another Tetris for Sidnev. Andy set up, waiting. There's one for Andy. Set up for another. There's 2 for Andy as well. 179 to now 193. We are only separated by 1 Tetris. And that's in Sidnev's favor. Sidnev having to do a little bit of accelerated burning up top here. Does finally find the eyepiece, knocks down a quick Tetris. Andy having to deal with the same kind of situations. There it is, Tetris for Andy. 206 to now 223. Sidnev once again going high. Gonna take the disciplined triple burn. He's going for a couple more skims. Tetris for Sidnev. Andy right now keeping things nice and calm. Holding out for the long bar. Has plenty of opportunities to burn. Goes for the flat T-burn. It was the right choice. Tetris for Andy. And he's still also falling behind Sidnev right now as well in terms of lines. He's going to knock down 2 quick Tetrises. 278 for Andy. 320 for Sidnev at 77 lines. Another Tetris for Andy is going to give us our true deficit right now. 301 to now 343. Sidnev just knocked down another Tetris. So in terms of pace, Sidnev only has a 1 Tetris advantage. Clean play so far. Sidnev looking for something to go in the center there. Nice placements. Gonna go ahead and set up the delay burn with the square. Fortunately, this is gonna result in a couple of burns. And he knocks down a Tetris and ties up the game just about. Sidnev opens up the well and a Tetris for both Andy and Sidnev. 370 to 372. Kind of getting some moments of deja vu here. And Sidnev goes for the tuck. Able to find the Tetris, but is going to have to deal with that kind of awkward formation, especially concerning row 2. Sidnev now going for the column 8, knocks it down. 424 for Sidnev. 395 for Andy. Andy also behind in lines, knocks down a Tetris. So Andy scoring this Tetris could give him the lead. There's Tetris for Sidnev. Andy answers with one of his own. There's Tetris for Andy. And right now, both of these players clean stacks, and this is a great time to have clean stacks. We are going to be heading into 19 soon. There's Tetris for Andy and Tetris for Sidnev. 488 to now 496. Andy still holding on to the pace advantage. Sidnev now can try and grab 2 Tetrises. It is set up, but waiting on the long bar. Long bar doesn't seem to be anywhere close by, so having to take a couple of burns, and Sidnev's going to transition at 545. Andy, on the other hand, a lot of complicated problems are arising. Needs to find a way to navigate through them. Sidnev knocks down another Tetris. Andy has 1 line to go before 19. Andy transitions at 521 and gets great pieces to navigate down. Just needs a couple more pieces here. All right, that's the eyepiece. Going to burn 1 line, but that was a very crucial line. Well is almost open. Perfect J piece. And Andy is ready to score Tetrises, but Sidnev has built up almost a 100,000 point lead as both players knock down a Tetris. 555 for Andy, 650 for Sidnev. Andy now open for a Tetris. Goes for the S flat. Eyepiece came a tad bit too early. So Andy kind of, oh no. Couple of complications arising for Andy. Nice split double. Great burns over here for Andy, keeping the board in an ideal position. Opens up the well. Tetris for Andy. 596 now, 706. Sidnev having to look for a couple of specific pieces. Does get an eyepiece. Nice flat burn into a Tetris. 736 for Sidnev. 624 for Andy. Andy, it looked like had a minor misdrop. He's going to try and find some way to dig out of it efficiently. And that T-piece is going to help. Nicely done over here from Andy. Meanwhile, Sidnev, clean stack, holding out for the long bar. Both players, same line count. So this is a true and massive lead for Sidnev here. 800,000 in level 24. Andy holding out for the bar, and the bar just says, no, I'm not going to show up to work today. But Andy might be setting up No, it's just going to take the triple. Sidnev now almost up to a 200,000 point lead. There it is, Tetris for Sidnev, 868 here going into level 25. Andy at 679. And he knocks down Tetris, goes to 711. Sidnev, on the other hand, at 871. There's another Tetris for Andy, goes up to 742. Sidnev at 877. Both players are almost clean. There's another Tetris for Sidnev. Goes up to 911. Andy now at 776. Another Tetris going to bring him up to 809. Sidnev now finally experiencing some complications. Has to do some burns here. And he knocks down a Tetris. Starting to make a little bit of a comeback, down by now only 80,000 points. But Sidnev's getting great pieces to bring the stack into a more comfortable position. We are nearing level 29. Sidnev opens up the well. Andy with a concerning misdrop. And not going to try and go for the Z spin tuck. Just going to try and operate off of a roof burn. 883 to now 939. Sidnev knocks down a Tetris. Can try and grab one more. Andy can try and grab two. There it is. 1,010,000 for Sidnev going into 29. He's got the max. Knocks down another Tetris. 1,046,000. And still going strong. Andy gets Tetris ready. Long bar on column 9. There's one Tetris. Andy can try and burn one more line. But the pieces are stacking up nicely. Andy goes into 29 at 967,000. Sidnev now kind of experiencing some complications, so having a down stack. Andy down by almost 100,000 points here. Those couple of Tetrises Sidnev got early on are making a difference. Both players trying to get the stacks under control. Sidnev, great pieces. Andy is getting set up, holding out for the long bar now. There's always some risk involved going for 29 Tetrises. There's a Tetris for both Sidnev and Andy. And another Tetris for Andy. And another Tetris for Sidnev. And that's the problem. Sidnev continues to score Tetrises at the same time as Andy. There's nothing that Andy can do to really chase down score. But there's a Tetris for Andy. 1.1. Another Tetris for Andy. 1.14. But oh, Sidnev's getting set up. And there's a Tetris for Sidnev. 1.24 now. Still maintaining a 100,000 point lead over Andy here. But Andy is set up and knocks down another Tetris. Sidnev 1.29. And Andy, that left side, he's set up for another Tetris. But how's the left side going to be dealt with? All right, able to get it over. But Sidnev's in trouble. Sidnev can't do anything. Sidnev tops it at 1,094,000. We are only at level 34. We still have plenty of time. But Andy has to hit these crucial left taps here. There's a triple. C50 or C95 is what Andy needs. Those are great pieces right there. Gets the 5 tap to the left. And oh, this is scary. This is scary. This is scary. That's a triple. That's massive. Only needs 10,000 more points. Needs, oh, this is going to be tricky. This is going to be close. Goes for the flat burns. Needs a couple more lines. Needs another line. Needs another line. Needs another line. Just needed one more line. Winning by a line at the top of the board. Andy takes game 1. Wow. I got you. 1,520.
Over into the air, apparently. Yeah. Right, like everything's open. Zero drop frames. That's good, dropping.
Haha, working.
I don't know, I still haven't installed.
Give us one moment, everyone. Y'all good? All right. It's time for a game 2 after a banger game 1. I mean, we're talking about less than a single at that level. What's the margin? Are we going to get the same or are we going to get something more one-sided? Let's find out. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris! What an insane game. We got some clone tris going on here. Both players, exact same placement. There it is. Simul clone tris right there. And oh, we finally get some differentiation. And Sidnev with the Vits. So far, Sidnev actually doing that Vits kind of led to a cleaner stack. And he was able to find a lot of pieces to fill in the middle. So both players not burning a line here in the first 12 lines. Sidnev going to be looking for a T-piece. Knocks down a Tetris. And Andy is going to push down for quite a few pushdown points to avoid a tie. And when you consider that last game came to just under 1,000 points, that's in pushdown point differential range. Depending on how much you push down on 18, of course. Anyways, both players at 114,000. No burns have been committed yet. And just such clean boards. Really clean stacking. Andy, it looks like it's going to be taking our first burn with the delay burn right there. Sidnev, on the other hand, clean board. Both players now wait for a long bar. It looks like we might be running into a drought here, so burns are going to be forced. Sidnev has to take a triple. There it is. Well, slightly off sync Simul Tetris. Nice little overhang for Andy, able to find an O piece there. 207 to now 210. And this is where we're at around the 40 line mark. So what a stellar opener from both of these players. Very efficient play, and that's kind of what you expect. Sidnev and Andy are both Tetris ready. A nice Simul Tetris right there. Sidnev actually with a 1 Tetris lead. And, ooh, that lead might go away here. It's really hard to find a Tetris out of this particular board. Even going for a dirty one is a little bit risky. Sidnev just going to have to commit some burns. And, oh, not able to get that L piece all the way over to the left. Nice L spin. I like the delay nature of it. If the pieces follow appropriately, it could have been a very efficient decision. It looks like for the most part, the pieces are being rather kind. Perfect eyepiece. L or J is wanted / needed. And looks just like that. Sidnev is going to be back into a cleaner pasture, if you will. However, Andy has been able to take advantage. Is now taking the lead. Sidnev still just a little bit of ways away. Going to go for the split double. And could actually go for row 3. As a matter of fact, go for row 3 and get a well transfer into row 1, column 8. There's the Tetris for the well transfer. Nice skim. It's just going to go ahead and take the double. 361 for Andy, 324 for Sidnev. There's another Tetris for Sidnev, or for Andy. Still holding on to this 1 Tetris lead. There's Tetris for Andy and Tetris for Sidnev. 369 to now 383. Tetris for Andy. Players just continuing to stack clean. we are looking at a potential 600k transition from Andy. Sidnev in the high 500 range. Fortunately, had to kind of go through a little bit of trouble around mid pre-transition, which killed a lot of the pace. And Andy sets up a long bar dependency. Could be a whole lot worse if RNG just decide. Oh, actually turns that into a dirty left wall Tetris. Following getting that long bar right there, still maintaining the lead over Sidnev, but just by under a Tetris here. 480 to now 463. There it is, Tetris for Sidnev and for Andy respectively. .486 here. We are nearing the transition. As we saw what these players are capable of on 29. We've seen a lot of what they're capable of on 19. Sidnev being able to build up a good amount of lead. But what Sidnev has really been killing in the past few games, even up against Dog, it's just been the sheer 29 aggression and efficiency, and having such a high conversion rate on those early Tetrises to build up a 100,000 point lead and really put the pressure on his opponents. And we have one Tetris left potentially for both players. Andy's going to transition at 619. Sidnev is going to transition on the next line clear. And this board is not necessarily the best. 541 transition for Sidnev. Does find a long bar. He's running into problems. Sidnev needs to get pieces over. Trying to roll. And it's not going to be any avail. Sidnev's going to top it at 543. Andy is now at match point. All right, we have it ready from both players. Game number 3. Andy is one game away for becoming your Heart of Texas Regional Champion. However, Sidnev is no stranger to these situations. Can Sidnev start a reverse sweep again? We're about to find out. Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Tetris! So here we go. Varying starts, but the results are quite similar. As both players are trying to get stacked up for the first Tetris. Andy takes a skim single. Sidnev able to get away with it without burning anything. Nice last second adjustment for Andy. There's Tetris for Sidnev. Andy follows suit. Another Tetris for Sidnev. So far in the opener, play is looking clean. 91,000 for Sidnev. Has yet to take a burn and just really throwing those squares over to the left. And oh, can we see the T spin tug? Nicely executed. And can we get a line spin? Yes, we do. Nice line spin. Creates a couple of overhangs. Does finally have to take a couple of burns, allowing Sidnev and Andy to kind of be in equal position here. A lot of overhangs being set up for Sidnev. And it's just going to go ahead and throw that eyepiece, fill in that dependency first. Is Tetris ready? And he has been able to seemingly take advantage as Sidnev is having to burn a couple of lines. But Andy is also having to do some burning as well, but that works out perfectly. 166 for Sidnev, 187 for Andy. Sidnev now clean. Both players just waiting on the long bar here. Andy gets it, scores, and Sidnev also scores. Took a skim, and just for safety measure. But both of these players are essentially matching each other's efficiency. Sidnev goes for the J double flip skim. Takes another skim, waiting on the long bar. Has to take a double. Still holding out for this long bar. This drought. Oh my gosh, the adjustment. Very aggressive, but it does pay off in having to avoid burning lines, but still a dangerous situation. Sidnev, oh, he goes for the tuck. He doesn't go for the burn, and he gets the long bar. You madman. Why would you go for that? Sidnev going for some of the most aggressive Tetris I've seen, and actually holds on to the lead here as well. So, I mean, I guess you can say the aggression paid off. Is having to do some burning, though. However, J-piece would lead to a perfect solve. Not going to go for the I triple, and then finally takes it. Meanwhile, Andy does get the I piece, knocks down a Tetris, knocks down another one, but now has a hold that needs to be dealt with. And Sidnev's going to counter with a Tetris as well. 346 for Sidnev, 339 for Andy. There's Tetris for Sidnev. Now in the lead. Andy knocks down a Tetris. Now has a T, or actually, yes, nice find there. And then sets up another T-spin. But gets the T-piece to execute the T-spin. You know, Sidnev able to take advantage. Needs to do a skim. Tetris ready now. Andy rocking this center well. Nice burns over there from Andy. Sidnev is Tetris ready. 40,000 point lead. Knocks down a Tetris. Andy still trying to get into a Tetris scoring position. There is Tetris for Sidnev. And a Tetris for Andy. We are nearing the level 19 transition. Andy getting great pieces over there. Nice setup adjustments. Still needs one good piece to go underneath. Wow. RNG calling for help with that SOS there. And Andy might be in a little bit of trouble. Needs an eyepiece or something. Gets the eyepiece, gets it all the way over to the right. Executing these burns. Needs an L or an I for the right side. Doing everything. Gets it over just barely. We are also closing in on transition. Only 10 lines left. Sidnev about to transition with the next Tetris. Andy just trying to get the board into a survivable board state. And oh my gosh, Andy, no, not getting the right pieces. Hold on. It's going to just go for the triple, not setting up for the Tetris. Andy transitions at 448. Sidnev transitions at 565 and knocks down another Tetris to go up to 589. Andy playing at the top of the board. Gets the long bar over, knocks down a Tetris. Now can at best get a triple. It's going to be a triple right there. Sidnev at 596, a 100,000 point lead. And Andy is also ahead in lines as well. Sidnev's got the board under control. Looking for some good pieces. Andy just trying to equalize the board state. Another Tetris for Sidnev. And Sidnev hits the S-spin into a Tetris. 652 now for Sidnev. 523 for Andy as Andy tries to get set up for the next Tetris. Andy now Tetris ready. There's a Tetris for Sidnev. 683 now. Andy holding out for the long bar and hangs a piece to the left, but does find the long bar, knocks down the Tetris. 559 for Andy. 685 for Sidnev. Make that 713. Just continuing to compound the lead. And he's setting up a couple of clever burns here. Just needs RNG to cooperate. Holding out for the right pieces. And we actually have a slightly dirty left wheel Tetris set up over there for Andy. 624 to now 753. 130,000 point lead for Sidnev. And Sidnev's knocked down another Tetris. Seeing something similar like this happen in Game 3 up against Dog. Sidnev trying to pull the reverse sweep. Wants to take that belt buckle to the Netherlands. However, we also seen Andy pull off these amazing chase downs. 8:23 for Sidnev, trying to get the left side in order as Andy is Tetris ready. Almost accidentally made a double flip there. There it is, Tetris for Andy. Sidnev, on the other hand, still trying to get the pieces under control. Didn't want to go for any burns utilizing that long bar. Andy now starting to make a small comeback, only down by 100,000 now. And Sidnev finally about to get the board under control. Can try and go for left wells here. No. 848 for Sidnev. 768 for Andy. Level 29 approaches. Andy sets up a delay burn with the square. Needs a couple more pieces. Nicely burned out. Nice adjustment. Tetris for Andy. 806 to now 884. Andy now level 28 here. Can try and grab 3 Tetrises here with perfect play. There's one. 843 now for Andy. Sidnev at 925. $847 now for Andy. Can try and grab this last Tetris here. Sidnev also going for this last Tetris. Long bar nowhere to be found. Andy has to take a triple into 29, and Sidnev gets a 29 Tetris. Both players now, stacks are low. $877 now for Andy. Sidnev trying to clean up, and there's a level 30 Tetris for Andy. Sidnev needs to bring the stack down. Andy has a clean board all the way down to the bottom. Sidnev, beautiful pieces, but hangs a piece to the left. Needs to get the piece over to the left. All right, decides to throw that Z piece over there. Andy, however, is trying to get set up. Hits the tuck and knocks down the Tetris. Sidnev already with the max, though. 1,030,000 points. But Andy might also be trying to get set up. Sidnev in trouble. Needs to get those pieces over to the right. Oh no, things are getting high, and Sidnev might be running out of space. Sidnev's going to top out at 1,031,000. Andy needs to get 1,032,000. Has a lot of time to do so. There's the max. Andy might be trying to do it, and does so with the Tetris. Ladies and gentlemen, you have your Heart of Texas Regional Champion, Andy. The belt buckle stays in Texas.
Andy, here's your Dr. Pepper. Your belt buckle.
Camera's right here.
You need to buy a belt.
Yeah. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all had a blast. But before y'all go, give it up for Sidnev. Come on, y'all. Amazing play. In stream and stuff. What's it? I said, did you want to in stream? Oh. You don't have to work with the house. You don't have to work with the house anymore.
No.
Not this year. What? What was that first game? Oh shit! What was the first game? Game 3.
All right.
Why would you know?
What's up, everybody?
I think because I don't know if I already felt defeated, and you're just like, I just gotta go for it.
That's stuff that you would expect.
Honestly, I think he was fatigued. I think
Just reverse.
I know, exactly. He just reverse fucked up. Like, I think he was fatigued. Like, it was definitely a well done. Like, whoa. My man threw it. Started off front.